Good morning, everybody, and this is your Forex day trade setups for today. So, yeah, there is a lot of chaos. So if I just go to the left here, you can see there's quite a bit of structure to the left. So we did break through this area here, which is of significance. So that is 102752. Don't really have diversions here. We do have a crossover at the moment, and nothing really to catch us. These tails in between here, so that's kind of the zone that we need to be paying attention to. Last week we had a good start, and then we just fizzled out, and that's during the basically public holidays in the US, and that's what that is. So if we just drill down to the hour, I'm not so sure there's going to be much of a setup. This is the area I'd be paying attention to, 103041. Problem I've got with that's going to be below the 155. So it's going to be a case of above and below the moving averages, and that's not something that interests me at all. So if we do find a base somewhere here at 103342, then gap close is definitely on offer. So if you find support here, then you're looking for a move back to close the gap. But ultimately, I'd want to see us getting above sort of that area there, which is 104150 for us to move to the upside. So yeah, I'm kind of sit on hands until something actually brews, until we get some structure. Can't really go over short at the moment because we are still technically in an uptrend. It's a messy uptrend, but we are technically still in an uptrend. And if you drop down through your time frames, you're going to see the reverse of that view. So on the 50-minute, you can see we've got a crossover. So you know, depending what happens at the gap here, you could see close the gap and then rejection for a move down. Anyway, on the dollar, I think I'm just still going to sit back for a bit and just wait for the US Open before getting involved in this at the moment. So nothing really clear there. Moving on to US dollar Japanese yen. Obviously similar kind of picture. However, in this scenario, we do have what looks like a bit of a continuation brewing. We are in a downtrend on the 8 hours, so that has been that happened a couple of weeks ago, and we are still sort of in that downtrend. So we should be looking to go with the trend, but as you can see, oscillators group to downside, inside bar forming, not quite off structure. That is the structure that we should be paying attention to. I suppose that is off structure. So depending what happens here, could be a setup for a move to the upside, but the trend is down. So I'm looking for opportunity to short on this. I'm not really looking for anything else. There is a little bit of structure here. That's at 139.017, and we've had 3 big hours to the downside now. So this is a fairly big move for after hours trade, 876 points. And what you do need to do is just pay attention to all these tails here. So yeah, I'd be looking for shorts on this from 139.241 or alternatively 139.017. So if we get a rejection up there, then I'd be looking for a short, at least to retest this level of 138.479. If we get below that, then that should get us a continuation to the downside. Last thing that I can see here is that is our potential flag break, and I say potential because there it is there. So yeah, now this is the area I'd be paying attention to, 139.017 rejection there. That is going to move the downside, and I would expect that moving. I'd expect it to sort of break below the lows of these last 2 weeks and continue down. So that's kind of the setup we're seeing there. Just be patient though, wait for that retest and wait for the signal on the retest. Moving on to British pound Japanese yen, and as I said on Friday, it did look like we were going sideways, but being Friday and with all the holidays and noise, stay out of it. So this is now broken, and what you'd be looking for is a retest of structure now. So first bit of structure is here at 167,666. That's the first area to be paying attention to, and then the second area would obviously be the gap of this morning. But I think if we get above this level, then it's all bets off, and I'd wait to see what's going to happen. So that's the only level that I'd be interested in right now, 167,666. Reject that, I'd be looking for a continuation down. There are little gaps to the downside as well, and the bigger picture here is I'd be looking for, in all honesty, a retest of this area here, which is 165,241. And lastly, Euro British Pound, pretty much sideways in this zone still. And remember what I said last week is we were looking for this 085771 to give way. If it does give way, it opens up pretty much, I won't call it floodgates, but it does open up some sizable moves to the downside. I'm not going to count our chickens before they hatch. What we're looking for is to see what happens on the hour and look at all these tails from Friday. Absolute chaos at the moment here. So nothing really happening. Trend is down, that's for sure. So what we'd be looking for is a retest of structure, and unfortunately there is no structure that is close by. So yeah, I think I would not want to be long. That's one thing I don't want to be. I don't want to be long, but if we do pull back to test this area, that gives us a higher high over Friday, and that would be a little bit concerning as well. So right now the only view I have is a London breakout strategy to the downside. So get the first 8 1-hour bars in a range, draw that range around them, drop below the bottom of that range on a 15-minute chart and close below it. That's going to be your signal. You're looking for a short. Your stop is going to be above the highs of Friday. So I would expect it's going to be on this level here, to be honest. So you're going to have a 372 point stop loss for a 372 point gain. So it's a 1-to-1 trade. So that's kind of what I suspect is going to happen here. You can probably watch it on the 50-minute, but this is Bob Wire at the moment. It's absolute chaos. So this is my line in the sand, 085866. Get below that, then I'd expect us to be moving down. It does look like a bearish case is setting up as well, but not concrete. So wait for the open, wait for those first 8 1-hour bars, and then look for it. If we do break the upside, I'd be a little bit reluctant taking longs because of the strength of this downward trend. Now, it's been like this since the 18th of November, so I'd be looking to go with the trend, and the trend is down. Anyway, that's kind of my view today on Forex. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.